Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, call HALAL, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. YAHAWASHI, Barakatham. It's the brother Kazar from Minerval 12 West Coast coming back at it again with another lesson. All right, and basically this lesson is going to be based on this article I came across on RT. You know, just watching the Times, and it's titled Myanmar approves of Russia's Sputnik 5, I believe that's what it's called, a C-19 jab despite post-coup crisis. All right, so we have another country that's about to implement the jab, you know, to their people. All right, and the reason why, you know, what caught my attention about this, and you know, just wanted to make a quick little hit about it, is that, you know, this C-19, you know, jab, all right, is basically the forerunner to the mark of the beast. Okay, it's the forerunner to the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. And the reason why is because all these countries, all right, are implementing this this jab, you know what I'm saying, and they're doing that to get the people accustomed, all right, to actually injecting a actual chip inside them. You know, it's predictive programming, all right. And this is basically goes into a scripture I'm gonna bring out, you know. But first, let me show. I want to just check out where I just want to check out where Myanmar is. You know, I want to see what country they have. Okay, so it's Burma. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that name sounded familiar. You know, I was smaller. You know, I used to look at the countries across the globe. You know, so we got Burma. You know, that's going to or I think the official name is Myanmar. All right, but it goes to show you, man, you know, the influence of this devil is worldwide. So when he comes out with the actual chip, all right, because he already came out with the jab, you know, which brothers know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm saying, he already came out with the jab, you know, and you got the whole world that's taking it, you know, the whole world is taking this, and this jab being the forerunner to the mark, you know, to the chip, you know what I'm saying, it's it only goes to show you, you know, what the next steps are. All right, because ultimately what these elites want, all right, according to Aaron Russo, is they want a cashless society. All right, but they want a worldwide cashless society. They don't just want, you know, the big countries to have it. No, they want the whole world to be under that under that system. You know, and that system is basically, you know, the image of the beast. All right, the image of the beast. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. All right, this whole Edomite rulership, man. You know, they want it to be, you know, under they want the rest of the world, all right, to model themselves after this devil. All right, and that's what they have been doing. All right, with the, you know, you see these nations, the way they conduct business, the way they do politics. You know, they model themselves after this devil, man. All right, with the democracy. All right, they model themselves after that. Okay, and furthermore, you know, with these devils coming out with the jab, you know, because of that C-19 crisis, you know, these other nations are following suit. All right, they're following suit, and they're gonna implement the you know, they're putting out the jab. You know, they already, you know, you just saw, you know, a country in Asia, a small country at that, you know, approving of a jab. You know, this one in particular is made by the Russians. You know, it goes to show you, you know what I'm saying, who is really in charge of the world right now. All right, and real soon, you know, they're going to come out with that chip, man. All right, they collapse that economy, you know, they're going to come out with that chip. All right, so let's go with the scripture I'm going to bring out. Right now I'm going to close out, you know, and it's, you know, just to you know, switch it up a little bit. You know, I could go to Revelations chapter 13, you know what I'm saying, and 16 on down, but, you know, it would be like a broken record, you know. But brothers already know that this devil's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to take that jab. I mean, to take that chip, man. All right, to take the mark. All right, and that's ultimately what all of this is leading up to. All right, they get the people conditioned to getting themselves injected with something from the state, you know, as a necessity, you know, because of the, you know, the psychological tactics that they put on the world, basically, you know, and the world being in gross darkness, dealing with, you know, a state of confusion and a state of ignorance. All right, because they don't know, you know, the truth, basically, which ultimately, it's not for them anyways, but the world being in a state of darkness, they're blindly being led, to take that mark, man. All right, they're blindly being herded to take that mark. All right, that's why, scripture says our people are led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. That's pursuant to 2nd Ezra chapter 15, if I'm not mistaken, verse 10 or verse 9. You know what I'm saying? But that's, YAHAWASHI, about to deliver us, because ultimately, man, he doesn't want us to be under this devil's rulership any longer, man. All right. He doesn't want us to be under this devil's rulership any longer, man. He about to put chips in us. He about to try to turn us into machines, man. You got certain video games, certain movies that show you what these devils have in store for us, man. They want to turn us into programs. All right. They want to make us go from a biological organism, something that has life, to a program, something that's dead. All right. And YAHAWASHI, he's not the power of the dead, but the power of the living, man. All right. So the book of Revelations, chapter 18, in verse 2. All right. And it reads, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. All right. So this is when this kingdom gets destroyed, man. All right. But verse 3, for all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, and that's this democracy, and that's them modeling themselves after this devil, man. Like here it is, for example, we look at the Moabites, for example, the so-called Chinese people. The so-called Chinese people, they had their own culture, they had their own form of government, they had their form of way of doing things, they had their own style, their own clothes and all that. All right, but you see them now, they all wear suits and ties, and they model themselves after the so-called white men, and I use them as an example because they have their own form of government. I believe they're still a communist, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Maybe they switched it up. You know what I'm saying? But they still got their own way of doing things. But still, all right, you still see them putting on and doing things that are of the influence of this devil. All right. So, of course, all these nations, all right, like it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So, of course, all these nations are going to follow suit, man. All right. And that just goes to show you how big how big, things happen in the scriptures. All right. How much of a high level the scriptures are, because everything that's written here is affecting the whole world. All right. And everything is playing out such as it has been written in the scriptures. Okay, so it reads, for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. All right, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Okay, because you know what I'm saying, America, being basically being the number one importer, man. We're in America, here is the number one consumers, man. It's the number one consumers, and all these merchants, like the so-called Chinese, and not just the so-called Chinese, the Europeans, the different different nations, so on and so forth. They get rich off the imports, man. Okay, and the reason why is because, you know what I'm saying. The reason why is because like for example, you got cars. All right, you got the European model cars, the foreigns that come here, such as, Lamborghinis, the Volkswagens, Ferraris, I'm just, naming them, not in a particular order of value, but just to name a few, you know what I'm saying? You got cars that are really exclusive to America, and they're priced high, and these European countries, they get rich off that, the Mercedes and all that. All right, and that's just one example, man. That's just one aspect. You still got a lot of stuff that comes from China. They got real rich off that. You got a whole bunch of from other nations, man. Just different products from other nations. You know what I'm saying? And that's them getting rich off that. So basically, that's just the little part I wanted to bring out. Now I did have another scripture in my mind. Let me see if I could think of it right now. You know what I'm saying? And if it doesn't come back to me, then that basically wraps up the lesson, man. This devil, man. All right, the whole world is under that dark influence, man. If anything, we could just bring it out in the book of Isaiah, chapter. Let me see, the book of Isaiah, chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see real quick. I believe it's chapter 41, but I just want to make sure. All right, so gross darkness. Oh, okay, it's chapter 60. All right, So you see, I would have went to chapter 41, went to the wrong spot, man. All right, so the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2. All right, and it reads, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But YAHAWASHI shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." All right, so because this whole world is under that gross darkness, man. All right, and these people are covered in it, because ultimately they're not, they're not awoken to what's really going on. All right, and what's really going on is these devils are out here trying to make their new world order, trying to make their dream rulership system come to a reality. All right, and Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna take them down. All right, and that's what's really going on, because these devils are not gonna, they're not going to live out their wicked system, man. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna put a stop to that, and they will be stopped and they will be taken down. All right, but I just wanted to do this lesson, to show how the whole world is under the influence of this devil, man. I had to use that quick little example, with that with Burma or Myanmar, taking that jab, because it goes to show you, all right, everything is happening according to the scriptures, man. All right, this is big things, man. All right, this ain't no small, only happening at one spot of the earth, man. Nah, this is big things, and it goes to show you we are in biblical times. All right, we are in very biblical times. All right, like for example, the first death, all right, was the time of the flood, man. You got these these Edomite scientists, all right, that want to debunk that and say that, oh, okay, well, there probably was, a flood and it happened, somewhere over there, but it wasn't a global flood. But here it is. You got dudes getting locked up for proving that the flood actually happened worldwide, and what does that show you? It shows you that the scriptures affect the whole world, man. All right, it affects the whole world, and that's the level of this thing of ours, man. All right, that's the level of this thing of ours. This ain't no little thing. No, we serve the Creator, Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashai, and He is making His words and His words make manifest, man. All right, for lack of a better term, But anyways, the scripture came back to me. All right, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11, and it reads, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." All right, and these prophecies are happening worldwide. Okay, the big ones. I'm talking about the major prophecies, man. They're happening worldwide. All right, they're happening worldwide. Okay, so with that, I just wanted to make a quick little little lesson touching on the fact that all these nations are getting ready to implement, really all these nations, are implementing the jab now, but real soon they're going to implement the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, man. All right, that's what all this is leading up to, like it says, it's a saying of old, all roads lead to Rome. You know what I'm saying? Well, all roads is leading to the mark, man. All right, ultimately it's leading, I was gonna say something else too, but yeah, basically all roads is leading to the mark, man. All right, that's what everything is going towards, and you're gonna have all these other major prophecies that pop off, but ultimately, man, the one that we're looking out for is this one, because this is a telltale sign that shows of the times that we're in. And once they start implementing the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, and all these other nations, take part in it, that's when we know that our deliverance will be at any moment. All right. So with that, I'm going to say, call halal Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashai for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Adawan Ratazal, it was edifying for y'all. All right. Shalom.